Prestige Ticketing is the official in-venue hospitality provider for the London Olympics and Paralympic Games next year in 2012. That came about in the summer of 2009. The London Organising Committee effectively convinced the International Olympic Committee to allow them to have what we would know in European terms as a traditional hospitality provider. I think the thing that often surprises certainly companies and individuals that we talk to about hospitality for London Olympics is that this will be the first time a programme of that nature has been done. So London 2012 will be the first in-venue hospitality programme for an Olympic Games. We're operating across 6 venues for the Olympic Games. Crucially, Olympic Park, this sort of jewel in the crown for us. We're building a structure, a state-of-the-art hospitality structure, about 70 metres from Olympic Stadium, so a great location in the park, very close to the sort of heart of the action. From that hospitality venue, the Prestige Pavilion, we will entertain guests for packages that include tickets to the opening ceremony or the closing ceremony at the end of the Games, for gold medal athletics across each of the 9 nights of gold medal athletics, for track cycling in the velodrome, for swimming in the aquatic centre, for diving, for hockey, for handball, for preliminary rounds of the basketball before it switches to the North Greenwich Arena. So the Olympic Park is the real hub of our hospitality programme, and certainly the biggest of the venues that we're responsible for. You know, LOCOG is a huge organisation. They've got a huge challenge to organise the Olympic Games in a city that's already as busy and vibrant as London is. They've got some great people. You know, we're very lucky to deal with good people across LOCOG, from the commercial department to the ticketing department, and increasingly, as you can imagine, across all of their venues, across their event services department and security. So we touch a lot of parts of LOCOG in terms of getting our programme moving. You know, for example, for that structure on Olympic Park, the Prestige Pavilion on the Olympic Park, we start to construct in January 2012 for an event that takes place obviously in July. So a huge construction and planning undertaking, and we deal with a lot of LOCOG's different areas in doing that. You know, needless to say, one of the big challenges for the Games will be transportation. You know, London's already an incredibly busy city. But you know, there's a lot of work going on to improve that infrastructure, and you know, we continue to reinsure our purchasers and our guests that they'll find their way to the venues at the right time, and we'll provide them with a fantastic hospitality experience. In the sort of early part of 2010, we undertook quite a detailed price benchmarking process, including with LOCOG sponsor Deloitte assisting us through that process and looking at different hospitality offerings both in the UK and internationally. One of the challenges with that, obviously, is there isn't a comparable, because what we're doing for the Olympic Games is being done for the first time. So it wasn't as easy as looking at what was done in Athens or what was done in Sydney or what was done in Beijing in terms of hospitality, because there's no price comparison there. So we were really looking at how does what we're offering and the standard of that offering at a very high level compare with men's final at Wimbledon, compare with Paddock Club for Formula One, compare with Champions League finals at Wembley. And I think we came up with a pricing structure that looked at pricing packages for the very high demand events in the Olympic Games. Certainly the opening ceremony, for which we've seen phenomenal demand and is really the golden ticket to the men's 100 metres final on Sunday the 5th of August, through gold medal athletics and sports like track cycling that have probably got huge popularity and demand in the UK market. So we came up with a structure that priced a number of those packages at our highest price point, which is £4,500 per person, down to pricing packages for preliminary rounds of some of the other events at £495 per person. And we've got to a position where about 70% of our packages across the whole programme, of 100,000 or so packages across the whole programme, are £1,000 per person or less.